Hey guys, this is Mike McCain, your math instructor for the semester. I wanted to post this short video just to kind of show you around the course. It's a little orientation video. So let's jump in. Shouldn't take more than 20, 25 minutes or so. Let's see, we got to find our course. So you guys are our short course. Your course is, let's see, I think it's like a week and a half shorter than a regular semester course. So we start late and we end late. But here's our course. So let's jump in. So Math V21B. All right, so at the top, we're in our homepage right now. Let me show you the student view. I'm in the teacher view right now. Okay, this is what you guys will see when you log in. Right at the top, we have some announcements. I posted a few. Make sure you read through those. Uh, at the top of our homepage here, the homepage is what we're on right now. You'll always see the most recent announcements, the recent three. But if you want to see all the old ones, you can always click there and you'll see a list of all of them. All right, so make sure to read through there. Over here, these buttons right here are called the set of course. It's called the course navigation panel, and we always default to the home page whenever we log in. And this is actually great because it has our most recent announcement and has all of our assignments down below. All right, so I think we should jump into the syllabus first, and then after that, I'll show you what all these buttons are. So let's jump over there. Obviously, you guys can read through this on your own, but I wanted to kind of point out the important parts. So when you guys are writing me emails or telling me, hey, I'm in your 21B class, I've got a couple of them. So I need to know which ones. So which one you're in. So the one you're in has CRN course number 73434. That's how I know that you're in this course. This is a 16-week course, so it's a week and a half shorter than a regular semester course. It's a distance ed course, but it's of the hybrid version. This is not an online class in the sense that it doesn't meet 100% online. We do have on-campus tests. All right, our tests are scheduled here, Tuesday, October 8th at 6 p.m. and Friday, December 6th at 6 p.m. And yeah, so make sure that this works for you. If not, then you'll probably want to sign up for a different class. There's a few different ways to reach me. Make sure you read through there. You can use the Canvas email system. You can call my office at school, which forwards to my cell. You can also use the Ask My Instructor button, which I'll show you shortly. Regardless of how you contact me, I'll get back to you by the next business day. So that does mean on Fridays, if you contact me Fridays, there's no guarantee I'll get back to you Friday, but I will get back to you on Monday. Usually I can get back to you Friday though, just in case though, I want to point that out. So if you have any questions for me, get them into me by Thursday night, and then you're guaranteed to get a response. All right, I do have office hours, so I'm meeting on campus Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at those times. And I do have 2 hours of scheduled Zoom appointment time for you guys and my other classes. But all you got to do is reach out to me via email, give me some times of availability, and we'll find a time that mutually works for us. As far as what you can expect in this class, well, it's a 5-unit course, which is a lot. And also 21B is notoriously hard. It's also really interesting though. So I would say probably because we're starting late, it's going to add a little more. You can figure it out exactly using the calculations here, kind of an estimate of what I'm required to assign to you. But it's going to be probably like um, 10 and a half to let's see, normally it would be 10 to 15. So it's going to be 10 and a half to like 17 hours a week, something like that to get through all the material. Um, and I would say for other classes, when you hear that kind of stuff, they're like, oh, it's not going to take that long. This is a very time consuming class. It's very hard, but you can do it. I'm here to help. It's a very interesting class too, but it does require you put in a bunch of work. All right, we do have some materials for the course. We've got some required stuff like you need to have a laptop computer or a desktop computer. A Chromebook's not going to work, unfortunately, and then also what is it, the iPads and the iPhones and other mobile devices, Samsung Galaxies and all that stuff, it's not going to work. Basically, you need to be running one of these two operating systems. So that means a desktop or laptop computer that's either basically a Mac or Windows. You do also need a mobile device though. We have some supplementary stuff for you to submit online, and you'll want to do that using your mobile device. So as long as you have an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy or anything, it'll work for that part of the class. Also, I do let you use a calculator on the exams, but because things are getting so crazy with technology, and I don't know how to use all the different calculators, and I'm just gonna have everyone use the same calculator. It's about 10 to 12 bucks online. I would purchase it now if you can. If you click there, you can purchase online. So this class requires something called MyLab Access. It's like an external program that connects with Canvas. It runs on a subscription. It's about $75 for 18 weeks. Um, if you're not signed up by tomorrow, Monday night, you're going to be dropped from the class. So if you can't afford that right now or can't find your credit card or something like that, that's okay. There is temporary access, but you'll need to register for temporary access by tomorrow night as well. The instructions for that are in the Getting Started module, so make sure you take care of that. This also comes with a digital version of our textbook, which I'll be showing you shortly. I'll be posting announcements in Canvas. Um, there's a way that you can be notified every single time that I send an announcement or I change a grade or something like that. Um, I have you go through and set your course notifications in the Getting Started module. So if you do that, you'll be able to know kind of when I grade things and when you get an announcement. It's a nice little extra feature. So you don't have to log in, you know, every 6 hours to check. So what else? Assignments. Okay, so we've got a bunch of assignments. So this is a distance ed class. So I am required by the state to have a certain amount of time devoted towards instructional material. So the way we're going to handle that is I'm going to have you watch online video lectures. Um, so don't worry though, they're much shorter than a regular class lecture. Your on-campus students, your peers that are taking this class on campus meet with their instructor about 5 hours a week. They drive to campus about twice a week, sit there for 2.5 hours, absorbing material. So if you add up the drive time, it's more like 6 hours, depending on where you're at in the commute time. In any case, the total videos that you're going to watch per week are probably in the, I would say, 45 minutes to hour and a half range in total, something like that. Um, they're very compact, efficient. They give you just the core theory and the core examples that'll get you through your work. Um, okay, so how do I know you're watching these? Well, you're going to be submitting lecture notebooks to me. Basically, you're going to be writing out everything that you see in there, and you're going to want to follow these instructions to the T in order to get credit. Okay, read those carefully. I also posted the instructions in the lecture notebook assignments. All right, there's an example there if you want to see an example of what a good lecture notebook looks like. The due dates are posted on the homepage. I'll show you that in a minute. We're also responsible for a bunch of problem sets. This is actually done in MyLab. You click a button on the homepage, it takes you into MyLab and you do your work. You can basically do the problems as many times as you want for full credit, as long as everything's done by the due date. You're also going to be submitting your written work for all the problems that you're completing, all of these problem sets. So um, here's the instructions for that written work. You're not going to be submitting this until exam 1 and exam 2. So it's going to be a bunch of notebooks that you're going to be turning into me, but make sure you follow those instructions to the T for full credit. All right. So again, you're going to be doing this on your own and then submitting them to me. Everything closes, after everything's due, it closes. So you can't go back and look at the assignments and try and write out your work again. It doesn't work like that. So you got to stay on top of the due dates. Our exams, the dates that were posted above, they're in person with me. You can use that calculator I told you about. You can also use a single page of notes. I'll remind you about this later. You can write anything you want except for worked out problems on there. And I call that page of notes a cheat sheet. You can use pencils and erasers, no pens. All right, and all the questions that I ask are going to be similar to the problem set questions. So you'll want to get a lot of practice writing out your solutions, and that's what the problem set notebook is for. All right, you'll be graded on the quality of your arguments, including proper use of notation. At this point, in calculus, I'm more interested in the arguments that you give me than the final answer. Of course, the answer needs to be correct, but if you just write an answer, you're not going to get any credit unless it's something very simple. So you're going to want to argue out your work and try not to be ambiguous or ineligible or illegible because that'll count against you too. There are some extra credit assignments. I have discussions posted once a week. If you want to take part, you can. It's the easiest way to boost your grade. Basically, it's pretty easy too, because all you have to do is take a picture of one of the problems that you complete in your problem set notebooks, along with the problem statement, and share it and then comment on someone else's. And there's instructions for that in the assignment as well. Now, due dates. Your assignments are pretty much due Tuesdays and Thursdays. And in general, we have, 2 sections, sometimes 3 sections a week. So, like for example, this week we have section 6.1 due Tuesday and section 6.2 due Thursday. Now, let's say you have an emergency come up and you can't finish your work. What do you do? Well, I do have emergency extensions. So on every assignment, if for some reason you have an emergency out of your control and you would like some extra time, you have until Sunday to turn in your late work and you won't be penalized. All right, don't use these emergency extensions unless you really have to. Um, if it's a regular thing, that's not good because I'm telling you from my experience, students that wait until Sunday to do their work, they don't get through the course. It's just too much. The course is just too hard. So spread out your work throughout the week. Remember, it's probably, 10.5 to 17 hours, 16 hours a week, something like that. It'll be sometimes more, sometimes less. Also, with the extensions, with the Sunday extension, that is the emergency extension. So if anything else goes wrong on Sunday, you have an emergency, or let's say the MyLab server goes down or your internet goes down, there's really nothing I can do because you've had multiple days to turn in the assignments. Here's how everything's graded. Your MyLab problem sets were 10%. Your written work for those problem sets are worth 10%. The lecture notebooks that you submit are worth 5%. This is pretty straightforward. You're just basically copying everything down, trying to absorb it. Discussions, that's extra credit. It's worth 3%. And there's your exams. Your class grade, you can check your class grade by clicking this tab over here. Sounds like an alarm went off here. Read there about the what if feature. Also read through those policies there. Read through this little paragraph on discussions on professionalism and click that link so you know how to email me. The only reason I do this, guys, is kind of prepare you for moving into the workforce and also working with your future teachers. I get a lot of emails, especially maybe since COVID, that are just pretty unprofessional, and it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of puts me off a little bit when I read those. But for me, I'm like, okay, I was a student. I remember how it's like. But maybe you'll run across an instructor that won't feel like that. Or maybe you'll be in a situation where you're applying for a job and you write one of those emails accidentally, or maybe you just don't know. So my purpose here is just to help you with that. So I'll respond in a constructive way to help you with your emails if you write anything unprofessional. Read through the course descriptions, objectives, and student learning outcomes there. There's this is all accreditation stuff. Make sure you pay attention to these dates. And I've got some contact information for the Tutoring Center, Students with Disabilities. This is the EAC Center, Canvas Technical Support, MyLab Technical Support, and the VC Bookstore. So let's go back to, do you know what that alarm is, hon? Anna, do you know what that alarm is? Someone turn it off.
I don't know how to turn off the alarm.
Okay, that's where I got to finish this. Right. So let's go to the home page. Okay, so we're on the home page. As I said earlier, I can't do this video, babe.